Hey, it's Sunday and time for a new episode of Record Collecting with a Quill. This week I've decided to name the episode Unboxing Some Japanese Magic. Sounds mysterious, doesn't it? I bought some stuff from Japan from this proxy service. I got this really nice box here, this one, that I've decided to share with you. The content of it, I warn you, it's quite a lot of Kiss. Not all Kiss though, but quite a lot of it. And it's kind of interesting, as I said, I buy these, use this proxy service, and so I buy from different Japanese vendors, and they send it to this proxy service, and they put everything together in a box and send it overseas to me, and helps save a bit of shipping, and you can have everything in just one big box. So it's stuff I bought over a period of almost a year, I believe. So I sort of remember most of it, but there's some stuff I have forgotten about, so it's going to be really interesting. But before we start, you know the drill. Make sure you subscribe and hit the little notice bell as well, and share with your friends. Well, here we go. It's going to be really interesting. I think I'll open this one. There we go. Yeah. Starting out, this one, yeah, cool. The first Kiss album, this is a 1980 reissue, usually referred to as the Polystar series. These yellow obies, they were released around the time of the release of Unmasked. So you can find all the Kiss albums up until Dynasty is the last one with this yellow obie. And I believe the ones I'm getting in this box, then my collection of these yellow ones are complete. I have a complete set from the first album up until Dynasty, including the soul albums as well. They were quite common. Well, they still are quite common. It's not that difficult to find, but over the last 10 years or so, prices has gone up quite a lot. You could find this really cheap like 15-20 years ago, but as I said, they're getting quite difficult. But now, since I have this series full, and I have the original pressing, it's complete as well. It's just a crazy collection from 1987. I have to complete, and I'm missing a few of those, but they are getting so expensive these days. So, but someday I'll have them all. This is a cool one. The first one stays rather true to the original, apart from the yellow obie. Yeah, and as I said, I think it's 3 of them. Here's Hotter Than Hell, 1974, another cool one. This is just some sticker from the seller, and it's on the plastic, so it's not on the actual album. I got a little bit worried there at first. This is rather cool. I think I'm really enjoy this, since it's a Japanese pressing, but it has, all the pressings of it had this Japanese writing on it, so it fits really well with the whole theme, I believe. Nice one. Apart from, and I had to pick it up because it's a little bit interesting. There we go. This is something I have in mind. This is an Italian release where they, for some reason, have edited out all the Japanese writing on the cover. Really weird. I don't know why they did that, but there's something to look for. If you're into Kiss, of course. There you have that one. And also, yeah, the last one in the series, the Dynasty album from 1979, where Kiss went old disco. As I said, this is the last one in the Polystar series. Even though it was released in 1980, for some reason they decided to go with a different obie for the Unmasked album. Probably since it was the new album coming out, and they probably tried to cash in on the previous albums around that release. But these were really nice, excellent shape, as usual when you buy from Japan. Yeah, not all Kiss. This is a cool one. I have it. Yeah, cool. Iron Maiden Live +1 Japanese EP from 1980 was only released in Japan, and I also believe in Greece. And has 3 live tracks: Sanctuary, Phantom of the Opera, Drifter, from recorded at the Marquee in 1980. I don't think they are available elsewhere. And you also have a studio version of Women in Uniform. Kind of unique for being Iron Maiden. It's not a lot of Iron Maiden covers that don't feature Eddie on the artwork, but you have them on the back side. And this is interesting. That was why I said yes. As you can see, it says Roud there, and behind the obi it says Play Roud. This is the first edition. There's a spelling error on the first edition of the album, and they changed it from January 1981 and onwards. It says Play Loud, but this is really cool. It means I have the first edition of it. Really cool. Play Roud. Nice one to have. This one I will definitely spin tonight. Yeah, this is rather interesting as well. Big fan of Beck, Bogert Appice, and this is a watered down version of the Japanese double live album. This is a single disc. For some reason they decided, it was released, I think, the double album in 1972, and this one came in 1975 as a single disc only. Don't know why. And I have the double album as well, but I'm such a huge fan of Beck, Bogert Appice, and I think it's a shame they only did one studio album and one live album. And this, they started working on a second studio album as well. There's some really cool bootleg outtakes from that you can try to dig out if you're interested. But had to get this one. As I said, I'm a huge fan, and cool to have a different variation. And the last one, yeah, this is sort of the main piece of the puzzle. Kiss, Dress to Kill. If you've been watching these series, you know that I'm a big fan of this album. I believe the first episode I ever did was of all the different variants I have of Dress to Kill, and I have all the previous, the first pressing, the Victor pressing, the Polystar, and the Crazy collection from Japan. But this is kind of unique with this little extra red obi. It's usually referred to as the tour obi, and they were added to all the albums when Kiss came to Japan for the first time in March and April of 1977. So you can find all those albums released up until then with this obi. And I finally managed to track down a copy of Dress to Kill, and I believe they stayed on, or they added them again when they came to Japan a year later in 1978. But apart from that, this is a standard Victor version. It's nothing, the pressing is the same, it's just these tour obi that's unique, but it's really nice to finally have it in my collection. Only missing the promo version now, that I will get someday. And last, yeah, I have that one as well. This one. This is really cool. This is Kiss Blitz London. It was one of the most famous bootlegs recorded in London, 1976 on the European tour. And as I said, this is one of the most classic Kiss bootlegs, but it's been released in tons of different versions with different covers. But what makes the Japanese version unique is that you have the first song of the set, Deuce, is featured here and only here. All other variants from way back for some reason omits that song. So it's really nice to finally have another copy of this one, because as you know, with Kiss, I collect everything. I actually have two previous versions. I have one, this one, it actually in real life looks a little bit reddish. And I have this light blue as well. So with this sort of yellowish, you get a really nice, you can see all the different variations. And of course, you need to have at least 3 different Kiss Blitz London from Japan, don't you? And don't get me started on Friday Live. I think I have 9 different variations of that one. But it's fun, and it's why we do these kind of things, isn't it? Collecting all different variants and stuff. Well, that's what I got this time, and I have already started building a new box, so we'll probably do this again in some time later on, probably after summer or so, because as you know, I love collecting Japanese stuff. There's so much cool stuff, and as I said, it's usually in great shape. They take really good care of their albums, so you can. I don't think I ever gotten something that was in rough shape or so. but a little bit expensive, but hey, it's only money, isn't it? Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't know, these albums are quite difficult, so I don't think I will put anything on the Spotify playlist this week. Nothing really unique in that way. It's sort of more about the different pressings. Also, make sure you follow the QUILL on social media. It's the QUILL Sweden. As I said before, we're gearing up to do our 30th anniversary show on May 26th in our hometown on Mönsterås. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of guests, and playing a lot of stuff we haven't played in decades. So it's really interesting, and we're working really hard on it to make it a really good evening and presentation of everything we've done over all these years. So make sure you follow us on social media to get all the latest news concerning that, and all the other QUILL news as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next Sunday with a new episode. We'll see what we talk about then. That's it for now. Cheers. Bye.